Hey, what's up guys, this is DarkArmedDuelist, and today I'm going to be taking a deck profile of my Blue Eyes White Dragon. Now this deck is actually not the Chaos Max version. I wanted to go a little bit more towards the King of D this time instead of Chaos Max. Now don't get me wrong, Chaos Max is crazy good, and if you guys want to see a version of that, I will do an updated version of that later. But I want to see there be a couple of comments at least for requesting a Chaos Max build. Now don't forget to check that bell right down there, so you guys can become a part of the notification squad, and let's get straight on into this. So first off, we're going to play 3 copies of Blue Eyes White Dragon, and the OG artwork is the only way to go with this. Blue Eyes White Dragon is a crazy good card. It's one of the original boss monsters of the game, and you need to play 3 of it in this deck because it revolves around playing this card. The next card that we play 3 of is 3 copies of Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon. Blue Eyes Alternative White Dragon, all you have to do for this card is to reveal a Blue Eyes White Dragon in your hand to special summon this card directly from your hand, but you can only do that once per turn. Now his other effect is that once per turn you can target a monster your opponent controls and instantly destroy it, but it can't attack the turn you activate that effect. No biggie though, he can just sit there with 3,000 attack. Now, one thing I'm really proud about is I have hollowed out this deck a little bit more since last time. So we're going to play 2 copies of Dragon Spirit of White. Dragon Spirit of White is really good in this deck because it's always treated as an Blue Eyes monster. And then when it's normal or special summoned, you can target 1 spell or trap card your opponent controls and banish it, which is really good. He eliminates a little bit of back row off of your opponent so they can't have so much resources against you in this deck. And then it's got a quick effect that you can tribute it to special summon a Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand, which is really good if you've got a dead Blue Eyes in hand that you have no other way of summoning. Then we play 1 copy of the new King of D card. I was playing around between 1 and 2 of this. Right now I'm playing 1 of it because the deck is a little bit tight. And I didn't want to go to 41. So I'm playing 1 copy of the King of D. This card's effect, and it's the new card from the Legendary Collection Kaiba. This card's effect is that this card's name becomes Lord of D while on the field. And when this card is normal summoned, you can discard 1 spell or trap, add the Flute of Summoning Dragon, Melody of Awakening Dragon, or Dragon Revival Rhapsody from your deck to your hand. So it depends on what you need at the moment. Depends on what you get, and he just looks crazy cool. Just saying. The next card that I play is 3 of the White Stone of Legend. This card is once per turn during the end phase. If this card is in the graveyard because it was sent there this turn, you can special summon 1 Blue Eyes monster from your deck. Usually you're going to summon out your Dragon Spirit of White off of this. And then if this card is in your graveyard, you can banish it, then target 1 Blue Eyes monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand, which is really cool. It lets you recycle whatever you need. If you discard off of Blue Eyes and you draw an alternative white, you can banish this and then add the Blue Eyes back to hand and then special summon your alternative white. So it's really good combos. Then we play 1 copy of the White Stone of Legend. White Stone of Legend just lets you add a Blue Eyes from your deck to your hand if it's sent to the graveyard. Really good card. Then start counting the spellcasters, guys, because this is 2. Because Dragon Revival Rhapsody only requires you to have a spellcaster on the field to activate it. So we're going to start counting the spellcasters on this deck. I believe we play 8, which is a little crazy. But we play 1 copy of Master with Eyes of Blue. When this card is normal summon, you can target a level 1 Light Tuner monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand. You can shuffle him from your field into the deck, then target an effect monster you control, send it to the graveyard, and then if you do, special summon a Blue Eyes from your deck, which is other than the monster sent, which is nice. It lets you grab 1 wherever you need it. Really good. I really like playing at least 1 because it lets you recycle your sages and stuff like that. And that's the main effect, is when you normal summon it, you get to add your sage back, and then you discard sage and target this, send it to the grave, and then special summon a Blue Eyes. Speaking of Sage with Eyes of Blue, we're playing 3 copies of Sage with Eyes of Blue. This card is when it's normal summon, you get to add a level 1 Light Tuner monster from your deck to your hand, except Sage with Eyes of Blue, and then you can discard this card, like I just said, to target 1 effect monster you control, send it to the grave, and if you do, special summon a Blue Eyes monster from your deck, which is really good. And then since this searches level 1 Light Tuners, we play 3 copies of Effect Veiler in here. And it counts as a spellcaster too, so in a crunch you could normal summon it. So we play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 spellcasters in here. So it is really easy to resolve the Dragon Rhapsody and Dragon Revival Rhapsody. Discard effect is that you discard it on your opponent's main phase, and then negate a monster effect, pretty much. The proof is in the name, Effect Veiler. So that's it for the monsters. Let's get into the spells. We play quite a few spells. We don't actually play any traps in this deck at all. It's not needed. Blue Eyes does not need traps. Blue Eyes is the ultimate engine of destruction. So we're going to play 1 copy of Monster Reborn because it's Monster Reborn. 1 copy of Dragon Shrine. Dragon Shrine, you send a dragon-type monster from your deck to your hand, or your deck to the graveyard. And then if it was a normal monster, you send an additional one. Then, because I don't like hand traps, except for Effect Veiler, apparently, I'm playing 3 copies of Called by the Grave. Basically, this is the anti-hand trap card. You can activate this, target a monster in your opponent's graveyard, negate its effect, and then until the end of the next turn, the effects cannot be activated and they're negated, which is really, really cool. I love this card. It is exactly what we needed. And it's probably turning into one of my favorite cards, Called by the Grave. It's probably my favorite generic spell card, and I'm going to be playing this in a lot of stuff, guys. Like, you need to be out on the lookout for this card. Like, if this gets a common reprint, this is going to be in every single one of my decks. Because I hate hand traps against me. I just absolutely hate it. It drives me nuts. Cards of Consonance we play 2 of. Discard 1 of your eggs, and then draw 2 cards, basically. That's basically what it does. And then the eggs resolve during the end phase, except for Legend. Ancient resolves whenever. Legend, you get to add 1 directly. And it even has the White Stone of Legend on it. So, I mean, it's like, it's already telling you where to use it. Then we play 2 copies of Silver's Cry. Silver's Cry is really, really good in the deck. It lets you revive your Blue Eyes, White Dragons, or your Dragon Spirits of White from the grave, because Dragon Spirit of White counts as a normal monster when it's in the grave, which is really good. 2 copies of Dragon Revival Rhapsody. You only need 2 of these, really. If you resolve more than 2, you should have already won by then. Basically, if you control a spellcaster type monster, you can target up to 2 dragon monsters in your graveyard. 1 has to be a normal, and 1 can be anything, and you just instantly special summon them. Super easy. You can even revive your synchro monsters off of this, so why would you not play this? You can revive Spirit Dragon off of this. So, I mean, it's crazy. 3 Melody of Awakening Dragons. You can discard a card, add up to 2 dragon monsters with 3,000 or more attack and 2,500 or less defense. Cool thing, Rainbow Dragon is a target for this. Just a total side note. Really neat. And by the way, we're going to be doing a Crystal Beast deck profile soon. Very soon. 3 copies of Trading, because a lot of them are level 8, and it's really easy to resolve in this deck. And it's just more draw power. And then finally, my new pretty shiny, oh my god, Return of the Dragon Lords, which is basically just like a Monster Reborn for dragons. That's all it is. So we're playing like 6 revival cards in this deck. No, actually we're not. We're playing 8 revival cards in this deck, which is nuts. But anyways, that is it for the main deck. Let's get straight on into that extra deck. As you notice, guys, I actually dropped Dragon's Mirror in here because the extra deck got really tight. And you're going to be actually surprised on what I'm playing in the extra deck, probably. Hopefully you will be. So we're going to be playing 2 copies of Blue Eye Spirit Dragon. I was going to pick up another secret one, and then I realized the secret one's like skyrocketed because of the Blue Eye support, so I was just like, forget it. I'll just do Ultra and a secret because it looks cool. Anyways, basically this card is kind of like Necro Valley in a way, and it shuts down pendulums. Neither player can special summon 2 or more monsters at the same time. And then once per turn, during either player's turn, when a card effect is activated in the graveyard, you can negate it, which is really cool. And then during either player's turn, you can tribute this card, then synchro summon card, special summon 1 light dragon type monster, synchro monster, from your extra deck to defense position, which is really good. Then we play 1 Azurized Silver Dragon. This card is another revival card that protects a lot of your dragons, so you need to play 1 of it. I actually started playing Crystal Wing in here because you can summon 1 of the other cards, Michael, with this, I dropped Moonlight for this because I figured you could banish a card and then instantly like normal summon out a Sage and then synchro up into your Crystal Wing because it just requires a tuner and a synchro monster, so it requires this and that, and then you could activate Dragon Revival Rhapsody, bring this back, and banish another card, which is, I mean, you get crazy plays with that. So you need Crystal Wing at 1. Start a Spark, because you can bring it out in this deck, and it's really easy to bring out in this deck because you just tribute off your Spirit Dragon. 1 Michael for the reason I just stated about Crystal Wing, because you just synchro up into Crystal Wing with this and it banishes a card. I honestly like this more than Moonlight. The only thing that I might do is drop drop Spark and play Moonlight, or drop one of the spirits and play Moonlight. That's the only thing I really might consider doing. Then for the XYZs, I play a number 95 because it can attack 3 times and sends stuff that I don't need in the deck to the grave, and lets me make my opponent banish 3, which is crazy. I wish Dragon Ruler, like, you're never going to hear me say this, like, old school me would not have said this, but I want Dragon Rulers to come back on the next ban list. I really do. Just to see what kind of crazy shenanigans they would pull off with Dark Matter. Then to make our Dark Matter, we're going to play 162 Galaxy Eyes Prime Photon. Prime Photon's really, really good in the deck. This is kind of like an interchangeable slot. If you want to play Tachyon, you can play Tachyon. The other one that you have to play in the deck is a Cypher Dragon. Cypher Dragon steals your opponent's monsters. It's like kind of like Big Eye in a way, so you got to play this. The most important rank 8 you can ever play in this deck is number 38. Hope Harboring Dragon Titanic Galaxy, because it negates spells. Really, really good. Really, really good. And then 1 Divine Knight Dragon Felgrand. Felgrand is one of the best rank 8s in the whole game. I cannot emphasize that enough. Then I'm playing 1 Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon. Blue Eyes Twin Burst is really, really good in the deck. And then I play 1 Underclock Talker. We play 1 Underclock Talker because it really is really consistent in the deck. And it can really help out, you know, and it only takes 2 monsters to link into it, so that's why I'm only playing 1 copy of it. That's really the only link monster you need until we get Link Karibo. Another really good XYZ monster that we play in here is Galaxy Eyes Full Armor Photon. You play Full Armor Photon because you can overlay on top of it with your number 62, and it's really, really good. So that would be why I play it. So 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Sorry, we're actually over. So drop out Underclock Talker. You really don't need it all that much, so drop this out, and we can go linkless. Totally linkless. So because we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Excuse me. And then I had set aside, because I actually miscounted. I apologize, guys. I miscounted on how many cards. Where's my Lancelot? I thought I had Lancelot. There we go. So we play Lancelot too, and that puts it right at 15, because you got the Galaxy Eyes package, and then you've got everything that you need right there. That's everything you need right there. Lancelot is really, really good. Really, really helpful because when you can attack your opponent directly with it, and then when this card inflicts damage to your opponent, you can target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls, destroy it, and then once per turn during either player's turn, when a spell or trap card or another monster effect is activated, detach a material, and if you do, negate it. So really, really good. That puts us right at 15, which is really nice. I looked at it and I went, man, I got these 3 still in there, and I was like, damn, I gotta fix that. So I really quickly ripped these 3 out. This is what I really play. So that puts us right at our 15 mark, I believe. Yeah, it does. Yeah, that's 15. Okay. Sorry, anyways, guys. This is DarkArmedDuelist. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think down in the comments down below. Don't forget to click that bell so we can be part of that notification squad. Tell me what you think of this deck. And if you want to see me do a Chaos Max deck, I totally will. But anyways, guys, this is DarkArmedDuelist. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. See you around, guys.